Hello and welcome to Super Rugby Predictions, round, 13 now, brought to you by DrivingMaul. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, a YouTube channel, podcast and all that kind of stuff that brings you the best in rugby predictions and opinion. So, do subscribe and all that kind of stuff, trying to grow the audience, so please also tell all your friends as well. Thank you. Let's get into the games then. First up, one of the easiest games to call the weekend, Blues host the Hurricanes. Hurricanes have on an 8-game winning streak, the Blues are not. Okay, sure, they won against the Tars last weekend, but it wasn't an improved performance. It was the same as usual. It's worked this time, and sometimes it does, like it against the Lions, but most of the time it doesn't in their other 7 losses. So, Hurricanes by 15, the Hurricanes and the Crusaders, let's be honest, are the 2 top teams in this competition. Then we get on to what I think is going to be the hardest weekend of picks that I can remember. There's only one other game that's an easy call. All the rest really could go either way. First up, out of those is the Sunwolves versus the Reds. This is the last game in Tokyo for the Sunwolves. The next 2 home games are in Hong Kong and Singapore. The Reds have not been great. Sure, they did get that win last weekend, but last time out against the Lions. But 24-point loss to the Chiefs, a 21-point loss to the Waratahs, a 24-point loss to the Brumbies. They're not great on the road. The Chiefs one was at home, but the other ones were on the road. So I'm going to back the Sunwolves by 3 in this one. But when I say 3, that means a bounce of the ball could take it either way. The only other game that's easy to call, the Crusaders host the Waratahs, and the Waratahs have, let's be honest, a mental issue against playing New Zealand sides. We saw that last weekend against the Blues. Crusaders by 15. This is going to be an easy one for them. Then we have the Highlanders being visited by the Lions. So the Lions haven't had to go very far to get to this game, whereas the Highlanders have had to fly back from South Africa, and they looked knackered in the last game that they played. So, whilst on the face of it, this is kind of using your normal sort of theory, is Highlanders New Zealand team at home, they'll win by lots. But this Lions side can have some good performances and then have some absolute shockers, as we saw when they lost to the Blues, for example, and some of the other losses, to the Reds as well. So they've had some shockers, but they've had some good performances. It's a question of which side is going to turn up. We're not really sure. The Highlanders look tired, but they are back home. I'm going to back the Highlanders by 3 because, as I say, again, this one could go either way. Next, the Brumbies host the Rebels. So in theory, this is against the second. This is the 4th best New Zealand team against the 2nd best New Zealand team. But the Rebels are on a 5-game losing streak now. I know they've also lost again yet. So from what I hear, I must have not read about how long he's out for or what, but I think he's out for this game. So you've got to say Brumbies at home, favourites in this, marginal favourites in this one. I'm backing them by 3. So that's how I see that one going. Then we head into South Africa for 2 other games that I think could be close. The Stormers versus the Chiefs. Normally, again, this is one you'd go, the Chiefs will win this one quite comfortably, but they lost last weekend to the Jaguares. The Stormers have won all their games at home. They're 5 from 5 at home, and sure, they're 0 from 6 away, but they're 5 from 5 at home, and looked pretty impressive against the Bulls last weekend. So, what's that margin of victory? Beat the Bulls by 12 points, saw off the Rebels by 16 at home. On the road, a different beast. But at home, they've been perfect. Even so, I just can't knock back the New Zealand side. Historically, you generally are right if you do. So I'm backing the Chiefs by 3, but as I say, not with much confidence. Finally, we have the Bulls versus the Sharks. Now, is this a Shark? Are we going to see the Sharks side that really trounced the Highlanders last weekend, or are we going to see the Sharks side that we've seen for the rest of the season? Which has been probably the most disappointing side in Super Rugby because we know they've got such potential. The Bulls, another side, have actually been pretty good at home, but struggled away. Sure, they lost by 1. They lost by 1 point to the Highlanders. Otherwise, they've been pretty good. They beat the Sharks by 30 points away at the Sharks. So I'm only backing the Bulls by 3, not by 30. But who knows? Again, if last week's Sharks turn up, then they could go really well. So I think out of the 7 games this weekend, that 5 of them are really close and could go either way. If anyone gets them all right this weekend, you've done very well. Anyway, I've been Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul. Thank you very much. And as I said, subscribe, please. Really trying to grow the audience. And they say on social media, you're supposed to use clear calls to action. So if that's not clear, I don't know what is. So please do subscribe and enjoy whatever rugby you're watching this weekend.